In this second video of the Python fundamental chapter, we are going to discuss about the basic structure of a Python program, plus how can you write a simple Python programs where you can take the input from the user, some values into the variables, and also you can write the print statement. Plus you will also learn about the variables and the various related concepts of the Python variables. Starting with the bare bones of a Python programming chapter, I want to say that in this I can say that the Python consists of five main elements in its program. Whenever we write a Python program, we can have the five basic elements. These are the expression statements, comments, functions, and blocks and indentations. Let me explain these five elements of the Python program one by one, but before that I want to show you these elements in the Python program. On your screen there is some special there is some special there is some sample Python program in which I have shown you how can you give the things. This is the first two lines are starting with the hash is the comments. Comments play a very important role in your programming. I will tell you what is the meaning of the comments and how they can help you make your program much easier to understand and much easier to manage. This is the function part def cu, and this block is known as the function part of your programming. We will not going to cover the functions in this chapter because they are the advanced studies and they will be covered in the class 12th, so they are not right now not needed much in the basics and fundamental programmings of the Python. Now these A statement, B statement, and these are known as the simple statements of Python programming. A statement is nothing but an expression which is doing something and doing acting executing something. For example, A is equal to 15 means you are assigning the value to the variable A. B is equal to 18 means you are doing some calculations. These statements are also sometimes called expressions. And this B is indentation is the part which is applied here. See, the statement print is slightly shifted towards the right hand side. This is because of the indentation you needed in the Python programming. Again, this is also explained in the flow of control chapter more details, and we will going to learn about the concept of indentation there also in detail. So let us now first start with the expressions. In simple words, we can say that what is the expression is that it is the simply mathematics formula that we write in our Python program, and it is evaluated to produce the results. It is nothing but the combination of operators and operands, where the operators are the special symbols and help in performing the calculations, and operands are the values, literals, variables or data on which the calculations are being performed. It means expression is a combination of operator and operands together. They together make a statement, and they are basically doing some calculations and some manipulations on the data, and finally gives you a result. Let me show you an example. For example, A is equal to 20 and B is equal to 30. Now if I write C is equal to A plus B star 16, here A, B and 16 are the operands, and this plus star multiplication, these are the operators, and this equal to is also operator which is assigning the value of all these calculations to the C variable, yeah, C operand. So we can say that this entire is your expression in the Python language. These expressions are written to perform the calculations and manipulations of the data as required by the processing of the program. Next is statements are the single lines which are performing a particular task, are known as all the instructions, print, input, whatever you are the statements you writing one by one in a Python programs are known as statements. For example, if I write a print hello, then this is a print statement. If I write is equal to C is equal to A plus B, then it is a mathematical calculation statement or expression. And if I write this A is equal to input statement in my program, then it's the input statement. So whatever the statements you are write in a program line by line are known as statements, and they are performing some particular task in the Python programming. Now the next and important thing which we have to understand is the comments. Comments are nothing but some useful piece of text which we write in our program, yeah, which we introduce in our programs to give the additional readable informations about the programs. These are the lines, these are the comments, these are the words which are ignored by the Python interpreter. Whenever you write the comments, they are not doing some calculations, not doing some programming related task. They are added in your program just to give the some useful informations. For example, if you want to store the date of creation of your program in your program itself, you can put it in comments. You want to explain the code about what it is, how it is created, why it is created, for which it is created, when, how it will works. For all these informations and descriptions of your code, you can add it through the comment. The person who has created, the team members who have created can also be inserted in this. I will show you right now in this how can we write the comments. There are two basic ways of remembering the comments. Sometimes using the comments we can also put some informations related to the project or some code which is developed by somebody, and after later on when he can see what code he has prepared, he can get the informations about that code from the comments. Even one team members are working in a project can give together various informations about the programs to each other through the comments. Let me show you the what are the types of comments in Python programming. So there are two types of giving the comments in the Python programming. One is the single line comment and the other one is multiple line comments. Single line comments are always given by the hash symbol, whereas multiple line comments are also called doc strings and they are given through triple quotes. In the later on at the after some more knowledge about writing the Python program, I will show you a basic sample program, and in those how can you write a Python program, how can you save a Python program. In that I will use all these methods of comments and I will explain you how the comments are added in the Python. You can also write the full line comments or you can line inline comments also. Means single line comments are of two types in Python programming. You can write them either by starting the comments with the hash symbol or you can add them with the current value. This way of giving the comment is known as inline comments. Means whenever you are giving the comments along with the statements, it is known as the inline comments. Again I will show you all these practically in the sample program which I am going to create in a short file. Last is the block or a group of statements which are given in a program and they are starting with a colon symbol. Always a block is always when formed we use colon sign. Block is also called code block or suite in Python. Now whenever we write a statements in a block, they are properly indented. They are almost 4 spaces automatically created when we use colon symbol to create a block of code in Python. The main purpose of indenting is to tell the Python program that from where our statements are starting and till where they will be continued. When we want to end the block of the code, we press the backspace key and come to the unindented region of the Python program. At this point the block will terminate. Again this block indentation also I will show you in a sample program. See the example of block I am showing here. For example, I want to compare the two numbers a and b, and according to that I want to perform some actions. For example, if a is greater than b, the indentation is there and the first statement is greater. This is the block of the code we are in. These all lines will be printed and executed only when this condition is true. So if I have put a block comment here, if I put a colon here, all these statements are shifted 4 characters towards the right. This is called indentation and this entire code is known as block of code. Now this also is another part of the code that is also a block. This is also a block of code but it is also indented. Now what is the meaning is that if this part is executed, this indentation and this code will work, and if this condition is becoming false, then else part else block will be executed. And again when we come back here and we press the backspace, we will come back to this point and the statement is outside the block. Okay, keep in mind that don't give the unnecessary indenting in the statements in the Python programming, otherwise an error will occur. I will again explain you this more indentation and this block and indentation meanings in the flow of control chapter. Till then, you don't worry about how the indentation and block of code is working in Python. Now finally, I am giving you some rules and guidelines for creating the Python programs. Number one, Python does not use any symbol to terminate statement. Whenever you press enter, the statement is considered terminated by the default. For example, you cannot note means we do not use semicolon any other symbol, just like C++ language, to write the Python statements. For example, in C, whenever a statement is written, you put the semicolon, but there is no such semicolon is used in Python programming. You can use, it is advised to have not more than 7 characters in a line of a code. And in the lines block of code is denoted by line indentation, which is equal to 4 spaces indentation level. Second thing is blank lines. Whenever you are creating a function after another function, leave a blank line between the two, create the readability of the code. This will be used when we will make the functions and much more. Avoid multiple statements on one line. We write one by one statements in the Python program. Don't write the multiple statements in a single line or separate them by semicolon. You can write, but the use have to use a semicolon in that case, but it is not recommended to do so. Second thing is Python is a case sensitive language, so you have to be very careful while writing the Python code. Okay, and you can use the triple quotes for the comments in the Python programming. Now before I go to the variables in the program, I will want to write a Python program and show you all these things are how they are managed in the Python. Let me write a Python program in which I am going to use all these things. I am using the script mode of the Python ideally to make a program. For example, I want to make a simple program to print the hello. Okay, and I want to write some information about the program. Okay, so what I can do is that I am writing a comment here, program to print, yeah, demonstrate the Python programming. Here Python programming. Now this statement is written with a hash, is known as the Python is a comment in single line comment. It is a single line comment. Now I can write this statement program created on 6th September. So these are the statements which are written in a Python program to create comment. Now if I want to take a variable a and giving it value 10, now this is a simple statement in Python. If I write b is equal to a plus 10, this is also a statement. Okay, if I am giving this informations here in the form of this is a statement. Now here I am using all these are the single line comments and also called the inline comments. These are your inline comments along the with which we can use. Now I can write the print statement, or I can write a expression also in this way: c is equal to a plus b multiply by 15. So this is my expression in my Python program. This is known as expression in the programming. Indenting can also be done like this way. If I write if a is greater than c, okay, just I put the colon, the indenting automatically will be there. See, the cursor is automatically shifted 4 spaces towards the right. This is the indenting. Okay, and I am printing here, print hello. Okay, print bye. Hello, how are you? Sorry, I can write this thing. If I again press the backspace, I will go back, put the column, again putting the column will make the new indenting. Okay, now I print here by this is the block of code I am creating, okay, and I am printing inside the else. So this is the basic Python program that which you will write in the later coming days. Okay, so again I am coming here. Now I want to insert the multi-line comments in this my program. How can I write the multi-line comment? Suppose I write here in 3 quotes, and then I write this program is explaining how to create a Python program. See, I am writing this description about what about this program is. I do not want to that the interpreter should read this, so I can make it as a multi-line comment. So this is the multi-line comment which I have given in this program. Now I will save this file. How can you save a Python program? Just go to the save and give a name to the file and give a location to the file where you want to save it. Suppose I want to save right now on the desktop, so I have selected the desktop and I am giving right now the temp to this file and give a extension py. Always remember that you have to give extension py to the Python file. So this is how you are saving the Python program. Now this is the basics of the Python programming structure which I am going to tell you. Again I am repeating all the things. First, these are the expressions and statements. Whenever you write a simple program statement, these are known as the statements, and whenever you are doing writing a statement of calculations is known as expression. Expression generally have the operators in it. Then this is the comment which you have added into the programming. The comments I told you, there are two types of comment I told you: single line comment and the multiple line comments. This is your single line comments. Okay, this is also a single line comment, this is also a single line comment. So all the comments, single line comments, are starting with the hash. These statements, these words and these lines are not read by the interpreter and do not give any error for it. Okay, so putting the hash is must for them. This is the multi-line comment. When you want to write the multiple lines about the program, anything about the program related to a program which is giving you some informations, you can use this triple line comments. Sorry, this is multi-line comment. This is also called docstring. Then this is the indenting of your programming code. Whenever you use the colon, it will create a block of code in your program, and the block of code is means that particular lines are indented and executed in a group. Now let me run this program. How can I run? I can press either F5 or click on the run button. Now I am executing the program, and you can see this is the output of this program. Let me again show you how can I do. This is my program, I have saved it. Okay, first you have to save your program with the file name. The file name must be having extension .py, and then you run this program. By inside the else, this is printed because, let me explain how this program is working. See here, a is equal to 10, b is equal to a plus 10 means b is 25, 20. Now you are doing some calculations here. A plus b is multiplied by 15 means 20 into 20 into 15, that is 300. 300 plus 10, 310. So obviously a is not greater than c, so we are printing this block, else block, and in this by and inside are printed. So that is why I am getting the output by here. Okay, so this is the programs in which you will make. In this chapter we will, at the end of the chapter, we will learn how to make simple programs of addition, subtraction, finding the area of a circle, rectangle, etc. Because we will little have learned about the addition, subtraction operators and the division operators and how to use them. Now let me go to the where we can have the some more things about the variables in the Python programming. Now I in the past in just we have created the program in which we have taken all the different parts of the Python programming to make. Don't get confused with it. We are not initially will not make such big programs in our Python programming. We will try to make some simple programs, and then slowly and gradually we will start making the some these types of programming. So don't get confused with the program which we have created. If you have not understood, try to understand it. Otherwise, in the coming this part of this videos, we will going to make some simple programs also at the end of this video, where you can will be able to make some programs on your own, such simple programs from the book and with the help of this video. But before that, I want to explain you the variables in the Python programming. Now, variables are what? Variables are the name given to the memory locations. As we you know that the I have already explained you in the Python programming is that whenever I write a program, it needs some data for processing, and to store that data, memory locations are used. These memory locations are given names to identify in the program. For example, when I write a equal to 10 and b equal to 15, then a and b are the variables created in the memory, and they are the integer types. They are the integer variables, and using which you are able to store the data 10 and 15 in your program. This data, whenever you are accessing them through the variable names, and these variables play a very important role in our Python programming. In Python, we do not have to specify the data types of the variables. For example, I do not have to write the integer data variable or a float variable for them. I have to simply write the variable name, and then I assign a value to it, just like your mathematics. Okay, so these variables can be created in the Python. Now Python automatically give the variable data type depending upon the value assigned to the variables. See, we can assign a integer value, we can assign a float value, we can assign a boolean value true and false to a Python variable. Even we can assign, if we do not know the what type of value we have to assign, we can assign the none. That is also a kind of a special literal we can assign to the variable. Just I am going to show you all these things in the Python. How can we do? This is the Python ideally where I can make the simple Python program. Let me first, if I want to give some introduction about the program, so I can use the comments and give you the idea what about this program. Program to demonstrate the input and print function. This is the single line comment. This line will not be interpreted by the Python interpreter. It means when this program will execute, this line will be ignored by the Python interpreter and it will does not do anything. So now I am taking writing a statement where I am taking the input using an input function. How can you use an input function? You will type input, and in the double quotes you will write a string which will be prompted to the user to enter the name. Suppose you want to enter your name, so then enter your name. This program will ask the user to enter the string as a name. Now when a user is entering the string, you can store this string in a variable s. Okay, so you can store the string variable in the variable s, yani the name entered by the user will be stored in the memory with the variable s. Now you want to print this value on the screen, so what you can write is you will write print and s. Okay, so let me show you how can this program will work. This is a simple program in which I am taking a string from the user and then printing it. Let me save this program and then I will move further to execute it. I am saving it with again a sample program, Python sample program. This program is saved. Now can you run a program? You can run a program written in script mode. Whenever you write a program in script mode, the lines are executed one by one sequentially. Now this is the command to run the program. It is asking me to write a name, so if I enter the name Amit, it will be printed by the print statement. So this is how you can write a print statement in a program. If you want to show that how the name is displayed, you can add the here also hello and then separated by comma. Now whenever you write a string here, it will be directly printed in the output. It means hello will be directly printed, and s is because a string and it is not in single quotes or double quotes, so it will be treated as a variable, and whenever a variable is given in the print statement, a value of it is printed. Let me show you this thing. Whenever you do the changes in the source code of Python program, every time you have to save before you execute it. So I have to save this program. Now I am writing again the name Amit, and you will get the answer hello Amit. So this is how you can take the input from the user and you can give the output. Now next is how can the input statement can be used for writing a for taking an input a number from the user. Yes, you can input a number from the user and then you can do the processing on the numbers also. Let me create one more program where I am showing you how can you input the two numbers and find their sum. Suppose I am writing here first comments. So comments are not necessary every time to write, but if you are writing, then it is giving you the description about your program to find sum of two numbers. In this I am creating a program, simple program, because we now know how to create the variables in the Python programming. We now know how to create the operator, how to use operators, little bit about the operators and how to use them, how to take the input from the user, and we also now have to know how to print the values of the variables to the output. So with all these knowledges and how can we write the Python programs and all these things, we are trying to implement all these knowledges and writing a simple Python program for the adding of the two numbers. Okay, sir, the sum of two numbers. This is the comment line, which I have already told you that this is one of the part. Comment is not compulsory in your program, but they make the program more readable and more understanding for the someone who is seeing the program first time. Now I want to enter the first number. I want to the user should enter the first number in the program. How can I write is that I will write the input and enter the first number. This is the prompt, so it will be string inserted in the input. Now if I directly insert the number into the variable a, then it will be not a numeric integer, it will be rather a string, because the input gives you return in the form of string only. So what I have to do, I have to convert this string into integer. For that I have to use the one more function int, and then we will write this in way. Similarly, I will input the another number from the user in the same way. Enter the second number. So this is how you can read the two numbers from the user, and then you will write these are the two statements. Now these are the two input statements in your Python programming. You can write here inline comment. Whenever you write a comment along with this, this is called inline comment. So this is the input statement. In a program, always you first take the input and then you do the processing. Now suppose I want to do the sum of these numbers, so what I will do is that I have taken a variable sum and a plus b. Now sum is a keyword, so I am taking some other variable s. Now sum of the variable sum of a and b is stored in the another variable s in the memory. Okay, now I will print this. I will get the sum of the two numbers entered by the user. Again I am saving this program and with the name sum.py on my desktop. Now this is the sum.py program. Let me explain how I have created. I have taken a variable a. Now I am not giving this variable value directly. Whenever I was writing earlier a equal to 10, a equal to 15, I was giving the value to the variable a directly. But this time I am not giving the value to the variable a directly. What I have done is that I have allowed the user to input the value. I have prompted the user, asked the user to enter the number. For that I have used the input function. Input function is used in the following way. You can see that you, whenever you have the input, you want the message to be displayed, write that message in the braces of the input function in the single quotes or double quotes. This is the prompting message which comes for the user to enter some value. Now if you are asking the integer, the number will be entered. The user will enter 5, 10, 15, 25, whatever as a first number. This first number will be stored right now as a string, but you have to convert it into integer because before you do the any calculations, otherwise your calculations won't work in the decided and desired way. Similarly, b is also another variable and you are storing the value in the b also. Now this is your expression statement. S is equal to a plus b is your expression statement, and this expression statement is doing what? It is adding the a and b and storing that value of a and b in another variable s. Okay, the data type of s will be automatically assigned by the Python, so you no need to give any additional information about the data type of s. Now if you write print s, then it will going to print the value of the sum of two numbers. Let me execute this program initially and how showing you how this is occurring. I am entering a number 15, first number, and the second number is my 10. So the sum is 25. So this is how you can store you can use the two numbers, and how can you take the number values from the user and do the calculations. Okay, I hope you have understood. On the same basis you can write the programs of subtraction, multiplication and the division of the two numbers. We will later on this part, yeah, in the next video we will write some Python programs doing simple calculations and showing you how can you make the some Python programs. Okay, so let me show you. Now can we take the floating values also? The answer is yes. Now what I am doing is that I am saving this program with the same code with the save as option, and I am writing the sum1.py. Now what I will do is that I want to change that the user can enter the some floating values. For that what you can do, you can change only the converting. You will convert it into float, so a will become float, similarly b will also become float. In simple words I can say that you have to use the float here if you want to convert the numbers into floating data type. If you want to convert the string entered by the user into the integer, you will use int. Okay, so this is how you can write the same program. Now the save, whenever you do the name changes in the program, save them and again you execute it. Now the user can enter the floating values in the a and b also. Enter the first number, suppose I am entering the 10.5, and the user another for the another number I am entering the 11.5. Now what will happen, I am getting the answer 22.0, that is the floating value. Earlier I was getting 25 only, now I am getting 22.0, means the s will be also of floating data type. So in this way you can make the simple Python programs for adding the two numbers, multiplication, you can find the product of area of the rectangle, you can find perimeter of a rectangle, you can make the programs to find the area of a circle, and that's all. Okay, and various other programs can be created in this way. So this is the how can you use the print and input function. Now the print function, I am moving to the print function, is what, how can you use the print function more specific in your program. For example, if you want now to write here sum of two numbers, so you can separate and show the two different things in your print statement. You are using the sum of two numbers and s, so this will be printed as it is on the screen, and the value of s will be printed. Let me show you this thing. Sum of two numbers is 35.0. So earlier you were getting only 35.0 as an answer, but now in the output you are getting the sum of two number string like this. Let me show you some interesting things about also of the print statement. I am taking a new state uh, file to show you the print. If a is a variable to you, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 15, and you want to show the values of a and b both in a single print statement, how can you show is that you can show the values of both by putting the comma in between. Again saving this program, and then I will show you run and show you its output. See, the value of 10 and 15 is printed here. Okay, so what I was telling you is that the Python is automatically is doing the showing the calculations here. Here a and b are the values which are displayed to you.